class is recording anyway. I'm gonna have you guys get started on your backs today, and you can find a supported shavasana, we call it. So if you come on down, swing your legs in front of you, you can take the bolster and place it underneath your knees. Kind of like scooch up towards the top of the mat. And then you can just come on down nice and slow. And your shoulders are feeling a little tight. You have enough room today to like stretch them out to a Y. Or you can find more of like goddess arms bent at the elbow there. So just take a few moments here. Settling in, finding your way down onto your back. And the legs down just a little bit. We're going to do a few poses on our back today. Just go ahead and make any adjustments that you need to. If at any point for your centering you need to adjust with the legs, the arms, go for it. This is your yoga class, so what feels good for you. As always, please listen to your body when it starts speaking to you. When you really listen and honor to these sensations, you can really begin to heal from your practice. So really, without any judgment now, just start to notice any sensations you're feeling this morning. And just accept them. Maybe the back or the shoulders or the hips are a little tight. Just have a little body scan there. Same with your thoughts. As your thoughts arise throughout your practice, don't judge them there, just accept them and let them pass on by. Begin to relax the physical body, starting with the soles of the feet. Energy centers, meridian points stored there. Just drawing all the awareness to the toes, the ankles. Begin to feel the backs of the legs in contact with the bolster. Notice how that feels. The backs of the thighs on the mat. Begin to notice all the parts of the body that are in contact with the earth. The sacrum, that low back area. There's a little curve there in the mid-spine. And all the way up to the shoulder blades and the backs of the arms, the backs of the hands, back of the head. Feel the weight of the head there on the earth. The whole back side of the body just becoming grounded there more and more with the earth. Each moment here. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Bring your awareness to the movement of the chest as you inhale, feeling it gently rise and fall on the exhale. Bring the navel to the spine. Become aware of the muscles in the face. See if you can start to relax, like that muscle between the eyebrows, that like third eye chakra area. We tend to scrunch our eyes a lot and really activate that muscle. See if you can just consciously release it. Bringing awareness to the cheeks, especially the jaw. Unclench the jaw or the teeth. Just allow all the muscles in the face to relax. Same with the neck. Allow the muscles in the back of the neck and the sides just to relax here. Letting go of any tension you might be holding on to here. I'm going to do a little pranayama. That's just a fancy word for breath work. It's called alternate nostril breath. And if you guys have done this in like a yoga basics class, we would usually use our fingertips to close one nostril. We're just going to do it in our mind because I think it works just as good, if not better. So this helps to clear the energy in the body. We have all those, chakras in our body. We have our left side, our right side, which is our female and our male. So doing this alternate nostril breath helps to clear out any blockages in those energy centers. So I just want you to just take a few breaths here, just normally, breathing in and out, maybe through the nostrils here. Just noticing how the breath feels today. Don't judge it here, just accept it. On your next inhale, I want you to envision that the breath is just going through the left nostril of the inhale. And as you exhale, envision the breath going out the right nostril. Your next inhale, see the breath going through the right nostril and exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left and exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right and exhaling through the left. See if you can do this about 7 more times on your own here. If you forget where you are or get stuck, just come on back to the breath there. Just start over. Bring your breath back to its natural state there. Just notice how you feel. Take a nice deep breath in and a long breath out. That alternate nostril breath is called Nadi Shodhana, I think, in Indian. It's been around for like 2,000 years. So people have been using that breathing technique for a very long time throughout their yoga practice or their meditation practice. So I invite you to try that next time. Maybe you need a little bit of calm and peace and to just clear your head a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and start to make some small movements this morning, opening up, waking up the physical body. So start to wiggle fingers, maybe windshield wipe the feet back and forth there. Awesome. Might feel nice to take a full body stretch. So just kind of reach those fingertips behind you and point and flex the toes. Yeah, see how that feels. Get some room in the rib cage there. Very nice. You can start to float your arms up towards the ceiling and then down by your side when you're ready. Awesome. And then you can begin to bend into one knee and then the other. So place your feet flat on the bolster. Check in with the low back here. And you could even hug your knees into your chest from here. Give it a nice squeeze. And then find a little movement if that feels good. Make some circles there, holding on to the knees. So maybe inhale, draw those knees to center, and exhale, make a big circle, holding onto the knees there. Just notice how the back feels as you do this. Might feel some like little pops there. It's okay. So I'm going to have you take your bolster and bring it over to the left side of your mat. So just like right by your hip. Just have it a long way there. And I want you to extend your left leg long. So it's right next to the bolster. And then hug your right leg into your chest. So we're not going to go anywhere just yet. We're just going to kind of get any sensation here that you can feel. Hugging this right knee into the chest. Give it a nice squeeze. And start to make some circles here, opening up that hip. You could even draw the knee back and forth, over towards the bolster, and then out to the side there, to the right. So when you're ready, we're going to come into a little twist over the bolster. So we're going to take that right knee and start twisting over to the left. So like your right hip's going to pop up, and then your left knee and like the side of the leg and the foot are going to be hanging out on the bolster there. Awesome. So see how this feels. Just move the bolster around if you want to like make it a little bit more comfortable for you. And then you can send that right arm up towards the ceiling, reach those fingertips up, take a breath. And as you exhale, let that shoulder kind of peel on open. So you're twisting a little bit at the navel here. You're gonna feel it like in the rib cage and in that right shoulder. You can either extend that left arm out to a T, or you can use that left hand to hold your thigh in place. So yogi's choice there with the left arm. Find what feels good there. Start to breathe here into the twist. Nice deep breath in, long breath out. Get to notice what sensations you're feeling here in the rib cage or the low back. Start to consciously really deepen the inhale here and lengthen the exhale. Each inhale, maybe you can really find some space in that rib cage on the right side of the body. Putting up the diaphragm, lungs. Focusing on the breath. Hang here for about another minute. We're going to take about 3 more deep rounds of breath here. Awesome. We're going to start to take that right arm and just bring it up towards the ceiling. Start to make some circles there. Just seeing how the shoulder feels, just getting some movement back in to the joint there. And if you feel like things popping like me, just allow it to happen. Just breathe into it. Awesome. All right, so let's bring that right arm down by like the thigh there. We're gonna start to roll onto our stomach here, keeping this right leg on the bolster. So we're gonna be coming into like a frog pose with this leg on the bolster. So just do what you can do, kind of to roll onto the belly. If this is too intense, like some days I cannot do this because my hip will start to cramp up. If it's too intense, push the, you don't have to use the bolster, and I can grab you a blanket. Otherwise, if this feels okay, you can kind of adjust that leg to let it kind of be elevated by the bolster. And then you can put your forehead on your hands and find those crocodile hands. If you want a little bit more of a twist of the spine, you can bring your head and neck over your left shoulder. So your head and neck are going to be on like the opposite side of that right bent knee. So just allow the body to start to relax in this pose. It might not feel like much, but really we are getting into that, the inside of that hip joint. So if at any point you start to feel something that just doesn't feel right, go ahead and kind of kick the bolster away and find your frog without the pop there. We're going to hold this one for about 2 minutes, so just try and relax into the pose. You need to notice how it feels to breathe here in this prone position. That just means on the belly. Things are a little bit more constricted here. It's also really good for the body though to help compress everything, hold detox. About less than a minute here. One more round of breath here. Deep breath in, long breath out. I'm gonna have you just take your knee that is up on the bolster and just extend it long onto the mat and readjust. So you can just kind of take a few breaths here in this prone position. Check in with that hip there in your little crocodile pose. So just kind of have the head stacked. You could add a little movement in here if you want to go ahead and bend into your knees. Find those little windshield wipes so you can kind of make some circles with the feet or just draw them back and forth, kind of to help release the low back and right back there. So we're going to do that, those postures on the other side. So I think the easiest way is just put your hands underneath your shoulders so you can come up to a seat so you can safely find your way down onto your back on the other side. So when I move the bolster over to the right, we had on the left first, right? No. Yeah, we had on the left side. Okay, yeah, so swing it onto the opposite side, whatever side you were doing. And then just come on down onto your back once again. And then again, we're just gonna hug just one knee into our chest first. So take that left knee, hug it into your chest. Give it a nice squeeze. Add a little movement here, so you can like make some circles. Just notice maybe this side feels a little bit more tight, or maybe you have a lot more mobility in this side. Cool, so we're gonna go ahead and start to twist over to the right. So you're gonna allow that left leg to come onto the bolster, the knee and foot there. Again, just kind of move that bolster around so you can get a little comfy here. And then like settle back down and then lift that left arm up towards the ceiling. And then you can extend it behind you there, finding that little twist. Just noticing how that feels with that right hand. You can hold on to the thigh there, or you can just kind of extend it out to the side as well. And just really allow the legs to relax here. Relax like the glutes. Start to breathe deeply here. And noticing you might feel like the stretch on like the left side of the body where the rib cage is. See if you can just start sending the breath there. Finding a little more space. Take about 7 more rounds of breath here, so you don't have to count. I'll count them for you and let you guys know when we're gonna come out. Awesome. Let's begin to breathe that left arm up towards the ceiling. Start to make some movements here. You can either go clockwise or counterclockwise, making a circle there with the shoulder. Just checking in there with the shoulder. And then go ahead and bring that left hand down over there by the thigh. And we're gonna start to kind of move on to the belly there. So just kind of adjust however you need to and making our way into that little half frog pose. And maybe this side is too intense. So it's too intense for this side for me today. So you can always move that bolster away, or you can try it and settle in and see how it feels. But if the leg does start to cramp up or things just start not feeling so good, just kick it away there. And you can rest your head and neck on those crocodile hands, or again, you want a little more neck stretch. Maybe the neck's feeling a little sore today. You can always do a gentle twist, bringing the head and neck over to the right there. I want you to start to just bring your attention to your sense of sound. This is really a great way to stay focused on your meditation and your practice. I was meditating last night and I did this little sound exercise, and it really helps you hold time here in space. Just want you to listen, open up your ears nice and wide, imagine them growing bigger. See if you can hear any sounds coming from the furthest place from here. Maybe you hear outside. Let's take a few moments here, a few breaths as you listen. Can you hear anything from inside the building? What can you hear in the studio itself? Finally, draw your awareness inward, focusing on what you can hear within your own self. Just a few more breaths here. Awesome. When you're ready, we're going to begin to extend that leg long on the mat. Finding your crocodile pose once again. Checking in there with the hip. And you can always, like I said, get some movement in if you want to like bend into the knees and make some circles. Drawing the legs back and forth. Nice. And then you can allow the legs to go long. And we're going to push up to a seat when you're ready. Take your time getting up. Take a sip of water if you need it. Rest on your belly for a little bit. So just take a moment here just to reset. Maybe just find your easy seat, your sukhasana for a moment. Check in with both hips. We were doing the inside of the thighs and the hips. So now we're going to do a little work stretching the outside of the hips. So we're going to be coming into a supported pigeon pose. So I want to offer you guys the option to make a little table at the end of your mat. This isn't for everybody. So if you find this when you get into the pose and you're like, I don't like this, you can remove the blocks. So I'll show you. I have them on like the medium setting. You could try a higher setting or a lower setting. Maybe start with the medium. So I want to come into my pigeon. Just so you guys know, I always start with the right side. So if I'm ever talking and you want to come into a pigeon pose, no matter what class it's in, yoga basics, restorative, I always start with the right side. Right knee to the right elbow, and then kind of send the shin across the mat, slide that left leg back. And I'm gonna move the table a little bit closer so I can just like fold right over the bolster here. So a little bit elevated. If this is too intense, you can make the prop a little bit higher, so you can make a higher table. It's gonna be like less stress on the hip. So find what feels good here, and then you can always just find your forward fold here. Allow the head and neck to drop. So just settle in here. Start to see if you can release any tension in that right hip. A lot of stuff there, so see if you can find some space there in that hip this morning. Start to energetically send the breath there. It really does work when you can just imagine on the exhale, sending some energy, positive energy, that hip area. As you hold this pose, with the eyes closed, maybe if you can focus on your sense of sight. Even though your eyes aren't open to the world around you right now, you still have that mind's eye, that window. So what do you see in your mind's eye? Do you see colors or shapes? Need to come out of the pose at any point, you can certainly come into a down dog to stretch the calves there. I'm gonna hold this one for maybe another 15 seconds or so. Just take another deep breath in, exhale into that hip. So we'll get a little movement in before we find the other side. So you can take your hands, maybe place them on the mat there. So you can curl that back toe under and safely take that right leg from underneath. If you can hang out in your tabletop and find some fire hydrants, or if you feel like you want to find a down dog and stretch the backs of the legs, go for it. Sometimes a down dog feels really nice. But if you're in your tabletop, you can extend that right leg behind you, maybe rocking back and forth on the ball of that foot, or just making those circles. Just getting everything moving again in that hip. Awesome. Well, whenever you're ready, you can come into your pigeon with the left. So find what feels good. During that left knee towards the left elbow, sinking back there, that back leg. Coming onto the little table there, you can find a forward fold if it's not too intense on that side. You can always hang here, on your elbows if you want. If you clasp your fingertips and just breathe here. Find what feels good to hold for 2 minutes there. Breathing in. Another minute or so here on this side. Nice deep breath in here. And a longer breath out. Start to come out of the pose. Use your hands to be on the mat. So you can just push your arms up nice and straight. Unraveling that leg, you can find your down dog here, or just come into a tabletop, finding those fire hydrants. And what feels good, stretching that leg behind you. Moments here to reset. Awesome. So when you're ready, you can just kind of find a little seat there, and I'll show you the next pose. We're gonna come into a half butterfly with a little twist. So I'm going to take my left leg, find my little half butterfly pose. So sole of my foot is right there on the inside of my thigh. And we're gonna twist and fold. You might be able to fold, and I know some yogis can actually like touch their nose to their knee. I can't go very far, so I'm gonna build a little table for myself. And I can't fold far at all. I can just, I'll never get there. So I have to put my blocks up on the highest setting, but you guys have a lower setting, whatever your range of motion is. And then once I put my blocks up, I'm gonna bring the bolster over the top and fold here. If this still isn't working for you, you can bring the bolster on like the higher side and just allow the forehead to rest. So find your version of this little butterfly. We're also twisting, so a lot going on here. Start to relax. Let the head and neck go. Relax the jaw. Finding the breath again. Start to notice how your breath has changed since you began your practice. Check in, notice where you're feeling any sensations here. You not anything at all. Maybe in the hamstring, hip. Half a minute left here. So very slowly, just start to come up to a straight spine here. So just notice how you feel, grounding down through both sits bones there. Take a breath. So we're gonna remove the prop and move the blocks. And so you can extend your legs out in front of you. You can either shake them out if you feel like you need to, or you can do those like windshield wipers. Nice. One more. And then let's set up for your butterfly. Half butterfly twist on the other side. So you can always just kind of move around on your mat. So your foot, like, I noticed that your foot was on the wood. That like really bothers me. Maybe it doesn't bother you, but you can always just kind of move around on your mat so your foot is actually on. My feet are like so sensitive. I was like, oh, that must be painful. So find, if you want to build a table on the side, build it on any setting that you want. You can always give yourself a little bend in the knee, especially if your hamstrings are tight. And then twist over to that straight leg and find your forward fold here. And maybe make the bolster a little bit higher on the side, or maybe a little bit lower. We all have like one side where we have a little bit more room. Just settle in here, making any adjustments that you need to. About halfway through the pose here. So see if you can just relax a little bit more. Again, the head and neck, just let them hang heavy there over the hands. Feel the weight of the head. Just maybe like two, 3 more rounds of breath here. We're gonna come out of the pose. Awesome. So nice and slow, come up to that straight spine once again. Take a breath, take a moment here. So we can remove the props there. Any movement that you want to do here, once you have them moved, shaking the legs out or those windshield wipes. So we're going to come into a seated forward fold from here. So I'm going to give you guys the option. I like to find a forward fold like with my regular easy seats, and I'm going to fold over my bolster. This feels really good for me. For some people, this might not feel good. So you can always find like more like a caterpillar if you want to stretch your legs out. It's up to you if you want to keep your legs crossed or if you want them on both about straight. You can even build like a little table for yourself if you want to forward fold in your caterpillar. Fold this way. It's just kind of up to you what you want to do with your legs because we're really targeting the low back. You could even find a butterfly. I'm giving you guys all sorts of options. But if we're really targeting like that fascia in the low back. You could find a butterfly and just allow the arms to hang on blocks there. Put a bolster over it. Yes, you can rest the forearms and just allow the head and neck to go. This is just so good just to activate that parasympathetic nervous system when you find this forward fold. It just kind of sends that signal to your brain like, oh, okay, I'm safe, I can relax. Like these days, we always have that sympathetic nervous system activated because we're doing so much running around on our phones, watching TV. So allow the body just to relax here. Helping to lower those cortisol levels, all the stress hormones. And also, you're getting that nice stretch of all the muscle tissue in the low back. Hope you suffer from low back pain. It's just a good one. Hold this one for about 2 more minutes. If you need to come up to like a straight spine at all and fold again, go for it. Notice where the mind has drifted, probably away from the practice here. So see if you can just bring it back with your breath. Nice deep breath in, long exhale out. 2 more rounds just like that. Deep breath in, long breath out. Just releasing. So very slowly, let's come up to a nice straight spine there. You're ready. Awesome. I was gonna have us come into a legs up. Have you guys ever done the legs up the wall pose in yoga? You put your legs up against the wall?
Long time ago, but yeah.
Would you guys want to try that?
Sure.
It's kind of nice. Okay, so you guys might want to just kind of bring your yoga mats towards the wall there, and I'll show you without being on the wall. It's kind of nice because you can just let the legs just relax here without kind of like holding them up. So it can be a little tricky to get into. You could try it with a block, or you could try it without a block. So I'm going to try it without a block. It's a little bit easier. So you literally have to like bring your hip all the way up to the wall, and then scooch to the wall like this. And then you can just allow the legs to just like hang on the wall. If you want a block underneath, you can always slide a block under after. But sometimes you can just find the pose without the block at all. And then you can just scooch yourself up a little bit closer there. You can bring your arms out to the side. That feels okay. Just have them down either side. that feel okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice here, so we can hang here. Like relax the thigh muscles. Just a little bit underneath. You can stay still here. You can also find a butterfly too if you want. So whatever works, you can transition to a butterfly in a few breaths, or you can stay there. I'm gonna push myself up. Put another minute or two here. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes to get everything drained out of the legs there. So it's a great one to do like after you travel, you know, if you're on a plane, go to Florida or somewhere, and your feet are swollen, you can kind of do this little legs up. Even if you're in that butterfly pose, you're still in inversion, so you'll still get the same effect. It just lets everything drain out of the feet and the legs too. It helps if you suffer from like deep vein thrombosis. It really helps with the pain. I used to get it so bad, but like this yoga poses have helped so much. Got a half minute left here. Just so you know. Awesome. So to come out of the pose, you're just gonna have to like bend into your knees nice and slow, and then just kind of roll onto your side there. Yeah. And you can make your way just nice and slow back onto the mat. But I'm gonna have us come onto your backs. You can move the yoga mat a little bit. Yeah, just so you're not hitting the wall. Just come onto your back from here. Take your time. Maybe keep your knees bent for a few moments here. You do some windshield wipes. Once you come on down to your back, bring the arms out to a T, and then let the knees fall on one side. And then the other side. Notice where you're feeling any tension if you still have it anywhere. And the next time your knees fall to the right, we'll hang here for a little twist. You can bring your head and neck over your left shoulder. Stay here for about 5 breaths. Awesome. Let's bring the head and neck back to center, knees up to center, small windshield wipes here. And then when the legs come over to the left side, pause there. Adjust the legs if you need to. And then you can roll your head and neck over the right side. Finding this spinal twist. Roll your head and neck back to center. Bring those knees up and maybe hug them into your chest one more time here. Give you guys a minute or two to find any poses that you need to before you rest. Maybe that's a happy baby, so you can grab hold of the big toes there. Rock back and forth. Take your time, but whenever you're ready, you start making your way down to your Shavasana. Anybody want a blanket for Shavasana? Since it's just the two of you, I've been practicing Reiki, getting to my Reiki level 2 certification. So if you would like me to do a little Reiki on your feet, give me a little wave. Otherwise, I will certainly just kind of go on by. Okay. So we have plenty of time. So I'm just gonna basically place my hands on your feet, and the Reiki is going to flow wherever it needs to flow in your body. Can't hurt you or anything. But just begin to relax. Finding your Shavasana. Body to rest.
Very slowly begin to bring your awareness back to the room here, back to the breath. Take a deep breath in, breath out. Notice how you feel. I'm actually going to have us close out our yoga practice on our back today. We're going to be open. So when you're ready, we're going to bring our hands to that Anjali Mudra, that prayer hands, and bring the thumbs right to the heart center there, right in the middle of the chest. Take a deep breath in, long breath out. Give yourself a little thanks and gratitude for showing up on your mat today, no matter how hard it was to get here or how you felt you did it. I want to thank you both for sharing your time and energy and practice with me today. I hope you both have a beautiful rest of your day and week. Namaste. Take your time getting up.